Hello, Nintendo Wii here. I've just got back from Japan. I've got so many amazing games to show you. I can't wait to get into this video. You might have noticed that I've changed my channel. It's no longer called Nintendo Wii. I'm renaming it to Let's Play Retro Games, which I think makes a lot more sense. It's exactly what I do on this channel, so I hope you like the new name, and there's loads of cool videos coming this way. But anyway, let's get started by taking a look at the PC Engine. So I picked up just a few PC Engine games, and there's some more loose ones as well, which I'll get to in a moment. For those of you that don't know, the PC Engine is actually the Japanese version of this system here, the TurboGrafx. I did pick one up last time I was in Japan just over 2 years ago, this one here, the PC Engine Duo. But unfortunately it stopped working a while ago and I had to replace all of the capacitors, and that worked for a little while but then it stopped working again. So I had a look online and had a look at what I could do, and they suggested I picked up this, the PC Engine Duo R. It wasn't cheap, but I finally got it and it works perfectly, so I got a little bit carried away in Japan and picked up about 30 games for it, so let's take a look at some of them now. This one's called Gunhead. This is the Japanese version of the American and English game called Blazing Lasers. It is considered by some to be the first in the Superstar Soldier series, which I'll get to right now. The second game I picked up is Superstar Soldier. It plays very similarly to Gunhead, it's a little bit faster. I actually prefer Gunhead over Superstar Soldier, but they're both amazing games. And another game in the Star Soldier series, not the one I wanted because the one I wanted was a bit too expensive. This is Final Soldier. But I presume Final Soldier means that it was the last one in the series. I'm not entirely sure. But all three of these games are amazing. And right at the very end of the trip I was very excited to find this. I've been looking for one for a while. This is an arcade stick for the PC Engine. There's some really nice clicky buttons. It's got the turbo switches at the top, so you can put it in like fast forward, you can press these toggles, and it's got the arcade stick on there as well. So really happy to get this, and it works great. A few more shooting games I got for the PC Engine. These two didn't come in a box unfortunately because they were a bit too expensive, but I picked up the hue cards for them. This is Airzonk, or the Japanese name of it is called Punkik Cyborgs, which I think is a really cool name. And the other one is called Image Fight, which is extremely difficult and far too fast for anyone to possibly control. But even so, they're both really cool games, especially this one. I love that game. Another shooting game for the PC Engine. This one's called Mr. Heli. This one was a recommendation from someone on Twitter. Really enjoy this, it's very different. It actually moves in every sort of direction that you can go in, and you control this little helicopter guy right here. So it's a really nice change of pace. It is quite difficult though, and the music is terrible. Don't get me started on the music. A game that isn't a shoot-'em-up, but one that I'd been looking for a long time. I finally found it for a reasonable price. This is called Don Dokodon. It's made by Taito. It's very similar to Bubble Bobble or one of those kind of games. Really fun, arcadey. It is hard, the controls take a little bit of getting used to, but the graphics are lovely, and look at him on the front cover. Just adorable. I love Taito's old arcade games, they're so cool. Definitely recommend this one. Another game that I recommend 100%, this has to be probably my favourite game that I've picked up out of the lot. This is the original RAIDEN for the PC Engine. RAIDEN is a shooting series. It's gone on to spawn many more games in the series. This is the very first one. Actually, in college I actually talked about a Flash version of RAIDEN when I was talking about how to make Flash games. So this game brings back a load of great memories for me, and it's really fun. I might do a Let's Play of this one at some point in the future. It's brilliant, love it. Here's a game, I can't quite remember what it's called. I think it's called Legend of Valkyrie, but I'm not entirely sure. It's kind of like a really fast version of Zelda, which is really cool. The graphics for the PC Engine are amazing. The gameplay is really fun. The only problem I have is that I can't judge how far away the platforms are when I'm jumping, which makes it a little bit awkward. But definitely recommend this game if you like action RPGs or adventure games. And there's not too much reading you need to do, so you don't have to worry too much about the language barrier either. A few games here I actually got as a booby prize at Tokyo Game Show. They had a little game where you could throw a hoop onto some cartridges. Unfortunately I missed all of them because I didn't cheat unlike the last guy. And they gave a choice of some games on the side, so I picked these two up just because they were PC Engine games, but they're both really rubbish. There's a football game and there's a basketball game. So I think that's it for all the PC Engine Hue cards that I picked up, but I did pick up some CD-ROM and Super CD-ROM games too, so I'll just go through these quickly. These three games here are part of the Valis series. You might have seen me play Valis 4 on the SNES about a year ago now, but I managed to find Valis 2, Valis 3 and Valis 4, and these versions are way better than anything you can get on the Mega Drive or the Super Nintendo. The music in these games, especially in the second and third one here, fantastic. I love the fact that they use CD quality audio. The games themselves are a little bit basic, but I do really like the series as a whole. This is Super Darius for the PC Engine. Darius is well known for being full of space fish for whatever reason. I did a retro game a week for one of the Darius games on the Sega Master System a while ago, so you can go and check that one out up here. But this one is a little bit better than that, but it's still far too hard for me. And last but not least, the last game I picked up on the PC Engine CD is Ys 4. I actually picked up Ys 1 and 2, the English versions of them, but unfortunately this one wasn't translated, so I picked it up in Japanese anyway, because I am learning Japanese, and eventually I'll get around to be able to understand how to play this, and from what I've seen it looks really nice. And completely different to the SNES version of Ys 4, so if you ever played that one, this one's still worth picking up. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more and stay tuned for part 2, when we'll be taking a look at some Game Boy Advance games and this lovely console here. Thanks for watching. I think we'll go and check out Trader. That's one of the best shops I've found so far. So the first shop we have here is called Trader. There's actually 3 different traders in Akihabara. The one you want to go to is the first one and go up to the second floor. That's where all the retro games are. They had loads of retro systems to choose from.